let's come back on camera here, and welcome to Boost League Week 2, Summer Series, and we're running a modified track tonight. What does that mean?
So everybody will get 2 qualifying sessions, 8 laps each. They'll go out and run normal track for as fast as they possibly can, then they'll qualify. The final is a surprise to everybody. It's a modified track, so we put cones out in different sections of the track, and different chicanes or whatever we add or subtract to different parts of the track. So,
but it's not going to be up during qualifying.
No, and that's the kind of fun part, is that you don't really know till you get to the main, so it's a ton of fun.
Cool. We had a points race 2 weeks ago, and then we're running practices in between, so we just kind of had some fun with Boost last week. But it looks like everybody's back for the championship run, and that's exciting to see because we had great racing 2 weeks ago, and we hope it could be the same for tonight.
Definitely. There's a couple characters already on the camera screens. I love it. But yeah, no, it's good to see everybody back, and feel free, if you haven't run Boost yet, jump in. Every other Monday is the open nights, where just come and try it out. We mess around with different track layouts and stuff. The karts are a little bit faster, and the Boost button works. It's a lot of fun.
So, and we're going to be trying some new video stuff tonight, and trying to run the aerial camera, trying to run the drone. At the same time we try to commentate.
It's a ton of fun.
We'll see if we can make it a little smoother tonight.
I'll get used to it.
But we are going to run 2 qualifiers. It's just going to be best lap time, right?
Yes.
And then you're going to have the best lap time of your 2 qualifying sessions to pull from.
Yep.
You're going to obviously you take the fastest lap time, because nobody's going to take, if it's not your fastest lap, you're not going to use that for your final.
Right. Sometimes we combine the 2 times, but yeah, this is just best of.
Yeah, and then it's then on the final for a position-based race that we're going to add cones to the track.
Correct.
So you don't know where they are. Okay.
Yeah, Boost is a very competitive position-based racing. It's very good racers, and again, if you've never done it and you think you might be intimidated by it, everybody out here has been racing for a little bit, and we'll show you how to get faster as you go. So it's definitely something you want to try.
And for those of you not oriented to Boost yet, there's a green button on the side, on the steering wheel of the car, and it enables a 15% additional acceleration onto the car. So we normally run these at a certain level, and for Boost, when you hit the button, it gives you basically full 100% acceleration. And that lasts for 4 seconds, and the drivers get to choose how they want to do that strategically.
Correct. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially with a little bit of a modified track, to see who uses it where, because if we put a chicane down the straight, it might not be the best to use it right down the straight. So it'll be interesting to see how everybody does it.
Yeah, because if you're using the Boost, it tends to carry the car more, so it's a challenge for the drivers to adapt to that. If they're just doing regular arrive and drive, and then they come in and run Boost, the car is going to push them into the corners more. So they don't really want to push the button right before you enter a corner. That doesn't make too much sense. You actually want to press it right before you exit the corner to try to make it a little faster.
Correct. Yeah, and it's totally random kart assignments too for both qualifiers, and that's where people will say karts are a little different here and there, and I contend that this K1 in particular has some of the most even karts that are out there. So one might be a little bit quicker, but you lose a little bit on the handling side. It might push a little more, but they're all really, really quick. And we have qualifying times to be able to get into Boost League, and every single kart out here will hit that qualifying time. So it's just a matter of driver preference at that point.
We actually had a great compliment the other day. Somebody visiting from another city said that we had some of the most consistent karts here, so we're very proud of that. So if you see somebody like Marshall, who's kart 17 there pulling off to the side, he's just looking for clean track space. That's what he goes off to the side of. And we've got an onboard camera now, who is behind camera kart number 9, who's running 9 tonight.
Pull the kart numbers up here so we know.
We usually can tell from the gloves, but
everybody started getting different colors in that. I love it, because everybody's kind of picked their own color, and that's what they're running now. So once we get used to the colors, it'll be a lot easier.
Oh, can't do that. All right, let's take that off. Let's hide that. Okay. So They only did 8 laps. I'm actually going to increment. This is supposed to be 12, isn't it?
8 and 32.
Okay, there you go. I was going to say, we normally do 8 for the outdoor, but we've had rain on and off today, so.
Yeah, we were trying to squeeze it in, but it's good to see it's busy on a Monday night, so we're going to stick to the indoor and make it a little easier so we don't have to maneuver the track back and forth.
Yeah, I'm looking down the list to see who is new tonight, but it looks like we've got everybody joining us who joined us 2 weeks ago for the points race. Corey, Rachel. Good to have Brandon back, as well as David. And I believe we're just missing Quentin. He was the only one that was here for the first.
Yeah, I think most everybody's back. I think everybody's going to wind up in the 25s again on this. Well, Ryan's a little newer. He's catching on, so is Nathan. They're getting quick fast, though.
All right, let me figure out why we don't have audio on this.
Audio on that camera or overall?
Just on the cameras. Yeah. Very fast qualifying session. We're already now into the checkered flag. With Sonic at the fastest lap of a 25.4, followed by Marshall, otherwise known as Stitch, at 25.5. Boy, look at how close we are between 2 and 3. We've got a 5.43 separated by a 5.58.
Wow.
And the top 9 all within the 25-second range. And the bottom 4 all in 26s. So we are all sub 27s tonight. What a great start to the qualifying. As now everyone has passed the start-finish line, and we're going to bring the carts back in for the end of this session. Two weeks ago we had Tristan, who was the winner of the final session. We were running a, well, not modified track, but a Joker lap last Boost League, and the Joker lap is all about shortcutting the track so that you can try to take an advantage over other drivers during the course of a race.
Yes. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You cut the track in half, effectively, and there's a split between the indoor and outdoor track, and we're able to open that up, and you can cut that in half. You use 1 or 2 of them depending on the race per race, so 1 or 2 Joker laps per race.
Yeah, and as we're looking at turn 5 here in our camera, we've got the center section right there is where we divide and open up the outdoor track. So during a Joker lane, or during a Joker race, you're able to shortcut the track by turning into that because that barrier is removed, versus the normal lap, full lap, which is the entire outdoor section.
Turn that, eat your greens. when you thought, but you do real clean. Then you come to the bed and you love real dirty. It's everybody sweater drops, you're real keen. Bring it, let me get your juiciest piece. Can't remember when I've had the same please. The shops of the club never had no boundary. How's it gonna be? You wanna eat these centerpiece? Where we gonna go? You're gonna need these calories. Giving me a treat to refill these batteries. Then you only them on your knees, there's no better dream. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boo. Ooh, it's sneaking up on you. There's nothing you can do. There's things about the boo. I lose control when you do it like that. And God, you love when I go mad. Got you at the perfect time. I was such a little guy. You know what you wanna do, but I can never be your friend. Got me being realized. Girl, you got me super blind. You know what you wanna do, so I can never be your friend.
You're a waterfall, I'm a fire. No surprise we don't go together. But it took us a while before we figured it out. What a shame. I'm not asking you for closure. I just want it to be over. We don't need to break up if we were never aligned. Is that okay? I shouldn't be yours if it means changing who I am to get us through. You shouldn't be mine because you're you. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. We wanted love, but 'cause it's not enough. Say you've had enough. Yeah, I gave it time and you really tried, but you're sick and tired, baby, so am I. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. When I met you in the summer, then you weren't such a bummer, and I wasn't as critical as I am now. Oh, I wish we could hit rewind and be younger, when we thought this love would last longer. Only a time machine could save us now. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. We wanted love, but 'cause it's not enough. Say you've had enough. Yeah, I gave it time and you really tried, but you're sick and tired, baby, so am I. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough.
Well, welcome back to the qualifier.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got onboard audio yet. No, we don't.
Let's see who's gonna take the second heat. I think if memory serves me right, it was Sonic, Stitch, Ghost, and Salerno, right?
Last results, Marshall actually beat him out
there
in
you
the
go.
very last lap. Then Rachel, then Corey, then Armand.
Chris, Kyle.
You're on
Gotcha.
board now with Derek, who's driving car number 9. I believe car number 3, we're on board with Sonic, right? Or is she?
Yep. The 360 bobbing around.
Either that or she gave it to somebody else. I can't see her shoes.
Yep. Sparta goes.
That 360 has to do some work side to side, doesn't it?
She leans very much like a dirt bike motorcycle rider. I always got yelled at in cars because I lean my head like that.
And right out of the gate, we've got Armand jumping up to the top of the leaderboard, setting down a 25.7, followed by Tristan, a 25.8, but that's just lap 3. Armand was our 4th fastest qualifier last time with a 25.6, so that's he's just a 10th off the pace as last time. And Marshall's best time was a 25.4, so he's way off pace so far with a 20, as he jumps up to the top with a 25.5. 25.4 is his best time to beat. So again, this is the second qualifier. You're trying to beat your time from before. You take the best time that you need. And you throw away the other lap time. You don't worry about it. We're riding on board Derek, who's on the number 3 machine. He's running a 26.7. We'll see what he improves on this next time around. He does. Finally underneath the 26s, 25.9 for Derek. And as we follow on board now with the aerial cam, brought to you by Jason, our co-presenter, who's flying and commentating at the same time.
Try to get some comments in when I can. Let's see how many walls I can hit today, though. We're up to 1.
Kyle jumping up to the fast spot, 25.2. That's
Wow.
the fastest time of the night so far by almost a full 2/10. Kyle driving the number 29 machine. Kyle originally had car number 9. He did a 25.8 last time around, so significant improvement. As Stitch jumps up to the top again,
25.202. Wow.
knocking him almost by a full 10th there, as that knocks down Ghost to the 25.4 spot. It's hard to imagine that we are now, all the top 9 runners are below the 26-second mark. Keeping in mind again that these guys do have boost mode, so that does help over top of their regular arrive and drive times. 25 seconds is usually a very fast lap, but as a checkered flag flies now over Derek, who's rounding turn 1, we're going to slow the field down. That is, gives Stitch the last opportunity to improve upon his lap time. Kyle remains in second. That was him in front, giving him a fist bump as he turned around turn 2. And that'll finish it off with Marshall in first, Kyle second, and Rachel third, followed by Tristan and, Armand jumped up to the 3rd spot. Forgive me.
Wow, last lap?
Yeah. So our best lap time again during the first session was a 25.4. That was the time to beat, and your top 4 have all beat that time. That's definitely going to give Stitch the pole position. Let's see how this filters in here. Rachel's best time was 25.4. She will maintain that spot, but it will bump her down to 4th place start. That'll keep Kyle and Armand in the 2nd and 3rd spots.
Yeah, it was a really good kart for Kyle.
Yeah, he must have hit the boost just right on that. What a lap for him.
Yeah, he's going to be happy with that.
Kyle finished in the 6th position last week during the final. Not that he didn't have good lap times, but the Joker lap strategy just didn't work out in his favor. He is definitely going to enjoy starting on the number 2 position this time around, though. Man, these qualifiers go fast, don't they?
Yes, they do. 8 laps, and these are all very fast drivers. All the times were under a 28, so it's a really fast lap.
And you're following now David Adkins right in front of you, and followed by Marshall, who's got the animal helmet in his hand. And we're going to bring you back to the booth so that we can talk to you. Jason's almost in frame.
I'm out of frame. Got to be messing something up.
So yeah, what do we anticipate on this final as we're going to screw up the track for them?
I know. So fastest times, like we just saw, that's it's good for open track qualifying. That's what it is. But Once we start putting the chicanes out there and the cones in different spots, it's really going to be challenging to everybody. I think it's anybody's race right now.
Now, for example, so if we look at our turn 5, it's a nice wide open corner, usually a slight braking zone or maybe a lifting zone. What will we anticipate the cone situation to be out here?
So I think coming into it or going out of it will be a chicane. It depends. I gave them 2 different layouts on that. So if you're coming into it, you're going to be heavy braking coming out of the turn before, and then it'll be acceleration through the turn instead of almost lifting through it. If you're coming out of it, you're going to be braking at the apex to hit that chicane.
So basically we're going to slow them down right
Correct.
before that corner.
Yep.
And any penalties tonight for hitting cones?
So as you and I both know, your rear end will slide out and move a cone. It'll shift it an inch or something like that. We're not necessarily looking for that. But if you hit a cone and it takes out a cone, then yeah, it's speed 2 and you're dropping to the back. So you really want to avoid hitting the cones as best you can.
So will there be penalties for the hitting cone?
Yep.
Okay.
So
And
if you
what
take a cone out, speed 2, you drop to the back of the pack.
Okay.
Yep.
So they're going to hold you at speed 2 until you drop all the way to the back.
Correct. Yep.
Excellent. I love it. See, when I drive the Boost League, we don't have penalties for hitting the cones, so I'm probably the most notorious for making sure I hit them.
Yeah, there's a couple people that wipe out the cones like they're not even there, but we'll keep an eye on it.
And our drone flyer is going to come in and land. You get to do another battery swap.
Yeah, one more so we don't run out during the main. See if I can. Whoop. If I would have hit a wall while it was on, I would have laughed so hard.
Oh, that's great. Say hi to our track worker, Adam.
So we've got Kyle Weber here. I don't know if James is ready, but we're going to go for it because I have no clue what he's doing in the booth. But we're going to go.
All right.
So got Kyle here, and most of your family races boost, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Everybody but my wife.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, Savannah's really good, and you're really good. Victor's really good, and Mason.
And
Oh my
Mason
God.
being 12 years old.
Yeah, yeah, and he is very, very fast. So, how long you been doing boost?
I've been doing boost since we started it, since James and Jason started doing it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Good to hear.
About a year now?
I think it's been about a year. Yeah. Holy crap, it has been about a year. That's awesome. So, yeah, and you put down the fastest lap, I think, or one of the fastest. I think you're in second. I think you're in second place. Yeah. So you like that kart?
It was a good kart.
Yeah. 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 It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, we'll kick it back to the public race for a second here while I sort out some of the cameras. But thanks, Kyle.
Yep. No problem.
I got a delay, so I think James will be ready for this. So I've got Marshall Miller here with me, aka Stitch. So Stitch, putting up some fast times today. What do you like the most about Boost League?
Oh, there's I don't want to say there's no rules, but you can be a little more aggressive in passing and have some fun. Plus the karts are faster. Other than that, I think that's it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The open nights, we work on some of that stuff, so it's a little more open in that. And then on the points nights, we try to have the seasons laid out and everything. But so yeah, put up a really fast time today. So what do you? What's your favorite setup that we run for Boost so far?
I think it was a Le Mans Star Endurance, I'm pretty sure. It was a while ago. Since we started in seasons, it would be long lap, indoor track. When it's an indoor track, long lap. I like that the most.
Yeah, long lap's fun. First place person has to take the longest side of the track or longest line of a couple of the turns, and it slows them down quite a bit in that. Who would you say that who's your direct competitor? Who do you like beating the most at Boost League?
Armand. Bald guy.
The bald guy. Awesome. All right, thanks, Marshall. I appreciate it. So I'm just roaming around the paddock here. You can talk to from Boost League, and let's see who wants to say hi. Tristan? Tristan is the points leader. Holy crap, that's awesome. That is awesome. So Tristan, how long have you been coming to Boost?
Almost a year.
Yeah.
Almost a year. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. What's your favorite setup?
Reverse.
Reverse. Just
Reverse is my
just
favorite.
reverse.
Yeah.
All right. First guy here. So we put up a vote today because we didn't have it laid out for inside as far as forward or backwards. So you definitely raised your hand for reverse. I'm getting camera direction from everyone off. I love it. I love it to death. Yeah. Yeah. Someday we'll have like the professional setup for all this stuff. Yeah, exactly. See, that's how it goes. Awesome. So in first place, so second place, I believe is, I think it's either Rachel or Corey. Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be a good race. That'll be a really good race.
I think I'm coming from a little bit further back this time, so.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. That's awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Tristan.
Thank you.
Ooh, we got here. Corey Salerno, the home of the Salernode.
Yeah.
What is a Salernode, by the way?
Dive bombing people to the inside.
Yeah?
Yeah. If it's open, take it.
I'm pretty sure I remember the first time we ran GP, you were like one of those guys that everyone was like, oh my God, I don't want to race against this kid. Now you're like in the group. So how did you manage that one?
Just coming here a lot, racing, getting better, smoother. Pretty much that's it.
There you go. Cool. And this is your wife here, I believe?
My wife, Sharon.
Is she going to race?
No, not tonight.
Oh, why not?
Trying to get her in boost. Kids.
Okay.
She usually
Okay.
got the kids when I'm here.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. Perfect time to try. Come on an open night.
Yeah.
Anybody can try the open nights. Cool. All right. Well, I think we're going to get seated here in a little. Are we live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Wonderful. Well, welcome to the finale of Boost.
Yeah, that may be the final.
Hopefully not.
No, just kidding.
Everybody's getting situated in their carts. We should be rocking and rolling here momentarily. I'm always going out of frame.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Who are we on board with? Is this still... this got to be Derek.
14, no, 24. So that'd be 34.
Corey. Has Corey got a
Ooh.
new helmet?
Did he? Maybe it's just the top of it. We never see the top of it. I always see the back of it, so I could tell you what that looks like.
Well, Rachel's in 7, so behind him is supposed to be Corey, or behind her.
Okay. Sneakers. Yeah, that's Corey. Yeah, Corey and Armand went to one of the local track supply stores today, which was awfully nice.
For what?
Shoes, and Armand got a suit, I guess.
Oh.
Yep.
Does he have a Racing with Rachel sticker on his helmet now? He does.
Go follow Racing with Rachel for all of the racing updates that we do. We as friends, I guess, would be like the technical term of that.
Yeah, that's definitely Kart 25. That's Armand, so. Yeah. Thanks, Armand. You're just making it more difficult for us to identify your helmet.
Right.
I see how it goes.
Yeah, so it is a grid start for the finale, so they will all, or for the final, I'm sorry. And on the drone, you can kind of see the setup of the cones that we have today.
Armand was coming around the back corner here, and he's looking outside, and it's completely wet out there because it just rained. It just dumped on it, and he's just like, "Come on!"
Yeah. Yeah, Boost League is a lot of fun outside. On the outdoor track, you get quite a bit of speed going out the doors. It's a lot of fun.
Everybody's taking their time in the formation lap. I guess they haven't given them speed to.
Warm up the tires or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want them to slowly observe. the
I'm
track
sure
layout.
we're going to have a pretty good angle of some of the cones in that. We could probably call people's penalties from up here. Too bad we don't have a speed controller.
We could arrange that. Your camera went offline again. Well, Armand is starting in fourth. We get his on board here. He's going to be our best angle for the beginning, I believe. Stitch, your pole sitter, followed by Kyle Weber. Probably, well, it's definitely the best start of the year for him. We're also looking at Tristan, who's starting in fourth. He's the current points leader after one race. Corey is second, and he is starting down in sixth position. Rachel is the third in the points, and she's going to be starting fifth. So we're going to see if they can make some action happen. Nathan adding some comment to our chats. Thanks, Nathan.
Yeah?
Thank the Lord for the rain making the grass and flowers grow.
But racetracks get wet, so that's the downside.
Yeah, Nathan, it's not good for racetracks. You gonna leave 6 up for the start?
No, sorry about that.
And stand by for green. Go for it.
Ooh, this is not picking up anymore either.
So we go back with Armand, who sits back in third position, just right on the bumper of Kyle right there. Kyle losing a little bit of ground to Marshall off the start. There we see some of the cones that have gotten obliterated through the first corner. Just lots of traffic there. Lots of activity back here going through turn 5. He seems to be back underway right now, so he may have either been moving out of the way for a certain driver, or maybe he had a machine problem, not sure. Don't see anything on the telemetry just now, but seems to be clean this time by. As we still got a freight train back there between Tristan, Corey, and Rachel. Tristan last lap running a 28.5, Corey a 28.0, and a Rachel a 27.3. As you were with us for qualifying, we did have 25-second lap times. So the actual pace of the race slowed down by just a couple seconds here. We go back on board with Armand. Marshall taking a comfortable lead here, almost going to come up on lap traffic. And that back marker probably going to be David Adkins, I believe, in the number 9. David running last lap was a 32.1. So some kind of issue going on there with his lap time. Now the official stance on the Boost League is we do encourage people to let back markers go through, but you do not have to intentionally move off to the side. Is that right, Jason?
That is correct, yeah.
All right, as they go through turn 1, see if they pick up. A lot of traffic here.
Oh, yeah.
As we're dealing with the back markers. Best shot here coming from on board of Armand. David Adkins in the number 9, right ahead of them. Marshall looking to, oh, give him a little bit of bump. Marshall fanning him off to the side, saying, get out of my way.
Oof. Marshall will try to get him down here in turn one,
Oh,
though.
Marshall goes sideways, and Armand hard into the back of him. They're going to have it all out in turn one as they push him to the side, looking for the over-under. Going trying 3 wide, down back through turn 3 and 4. David just trying to hang on to that machine, the number 9. Now trying to, now that he is a lap down, trying not to get passed by the number 2 of Armand here as we ride along with him. Across the track now, we can see that there are cars in every corner of the track, some of them fairly spaced out. Now that we are 16 laps into our 32 lap final, so we have just matched the halfway mark. Marshall's best time, 27.0, and Armand a 27.1, followed by Corey a 27.1. So even the fastest lap times that we've been seeing here in the final are 2 seconds off the pace of what they were doing in their final. Some of those guys saving boost, some of them maybe saving battery power, because boost obviously does consume battery power, and some of those guys maybe just fighting traffic and not using boost at all, who knows.
Yeah, sometimes it's a waste to use boost when you're in traffic like that.
What's going on with this? It now looks like the track is going to go yellow, and we will bunch back up as we make an assessment of what just happened back there in turn 2.
Yeah, it's a lot easier looking at it from this view where we can see, overhead what's going on versus, sometimes being trackside with that. So
Derek is going to take over the number 13, and they're going to work his way back up through the field before they do a restart here. We're going to put everybody back on the speed 1. And this will bunch up the field. So we have Marshall, who started in first. Armand started in third. He made up his spot. And we've got Kyle, who was our number 2 man. He has dropped back down to 5th position now from his starting point of 2nd. Track marshals try to get the cars rolling again, try to get the field group back up before they bring them back to the start-finish line. And we're away. Lots of action from the restart and bunching back up. That's Chris going on the outside of 4 there. Getting squeezed through turn 5 as well. Got a focus problem with the drone, so I can't tell who's who.
Got it. Sorry.
We're going to have to wait for them on the across the start-finish line to see where we sorted out
Ooh,
here.
big spin right there.
I think that was Savannah.
That was Savannah.
She's in the number 19 there. She got pushed. Somebody was definitely taking the line, trying not to hit those cones.
And we're away.
Oh, man. What was somebody coming up alongside Armand here? I believe that was Tristan. Armand just getting shoved into the cones back there. Onboard telemetry now. We try to get the field rolling again. Can you try to reconnect the other camera so we
That's
can
what,
get...
yeah.
Across the carousel, we are going to roll the green flag once again. Going to allow Armand to get right back up on the back of Marshall, who now is driving a kart with cold tires. Not sure what the reason for that kart swap was, but he may regret that with the way he just sliding sideways. He's going to come across the back of turn 5. Everyone nose to tail. No one trying to take on the inside line, just trying to keep it clean as they swipe through that. Come on, desperately looking. Is he going to look on the inside too? No, he's just going to give him a bump. As now Corey is trying to slide up there, try to take advantage of the holdup that Marshall is now holding up on the field. Now come back to turn 5. They're trying to go too wide for the 4th position. That is Kristen and Rachel battling it out back there. Single file as you exit the carousel. Pretty much no other option other than Oh wow, look at the Salerno getting pushed sideways by Armand as he tries to push his way up to the lead. Marshall got him on the inside as they come back through 4. Rachel just up in the mix there. Oh, that's going to be some cone penalties there for sure as they now work their way back to turn 5. Tires moving everywhere as people are trying to push side to side. Marshall's trying to push the cones back to where they belong. Now watch the action through 2 and 3. Corey now registered in first. He was able to take advantage of that battle that Armand and Marshall were getting heated up there. Marshall now dropping all the way back down to 6th position from running in the lead. Corey running back there as well as Ryan. He's now on board with Armand. He's following the number 24 machine of Corey Salerno. Corey making his move here on the restart. Sometimes they say cautions breed cautions, and in this place the cautions actually breed passing opportunities. So it's very tight track. I think the biggest thing that really caught out Marshall was the fact that he was running on cold tires. Just no opportunity to get those things warm as the rest of the field had already been running the last 25 laps under green. Rachel moving her way up to 3rd place. Now we got Kyle still battling back there with Kristen. And now we've got Chris Kuhn and also Nathan mixing it up with Brandon. They try to make their way through the team and try not to hit any cones. Oh, they're going to go 2 abreast in the 4 cars. Everyone's not optimal right now, so trying to figure out which areas to run for you guys. They try to run too wide down through turn 1. Kristen in the 24 machine, who's running 4th, followed by Kyle. And Chris really giving Marshall a battle. As the leaders have now come back up on the back markers once again.
Turning out to be a great battle, though.
It is.
Top 3.
I can't follow anybody. I don't have enough camera shots. Is your drone dead?
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to start calling it down there because I was able to watch it, but I didn't know how bad the delay was. Rachel's creeping up on Armand right now. Armand does like to pass right in that turn, though, so when they come through there, that's where he's been trying to get Corey every time.
White flag is out. As the leaders come across the start-finish line, that's how they'll finish. 1, 2, 3. We got Corey, Armand, and Rachel in your top 3, followed by Tristan and Marshall, who had a tough restart, finishing in 5th. Kyle Weber taking home 6th. He'd originally started in 2nd with a tremendous qualifying. Chris Kuhn working his way all the way up to 7th. Then we've got Nathan, Brandon, David, Savannah, and Ryan, followed by Derek, who had a little bit of kart trouble there at the very end, working out the rest of the top 13. Stop.
As everybody pulls in and cools down a little bit, that was a pretty heated race.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the drivers' impressions of those are. Obviously, the guys that had to swap carts are probably not going to be too thrilled.
Yep.
Derek having trouble early on, and then for some reason, we need to figure out why Marshall had requested a kart swap on that last. He was holding on to first just fine, but
Yeah, he swapped carts and dropped down quite a bit, so I don't know why he did that. Looks like we'll get the walk into the pits there, so everybody's kind of closing up for the night.
All right, so any surprises that you think?
No, I mean, I kind of figured with everybody getting the hang of the track right off the rip, you know, for the final it would be like that. Once everybody started realizing that hitting the cones was getting called and they were getting dropped to the back, I think took three or four times of slowing down to figure that out. But that's a lot of people jockeyed positions just because of that. They hit a cone and, you know, you slow down and go to the back, and it's quite a penalty.
Did we have any of those penalties?
A couple, yeah. They were knocking them down on speed, so you could see people drop to the back, and then the people that were hitting the cones, that moved the cones, didn't do it anymore. So everybody, you could see them breaking in with each other to try to get away from the cones instead of pushing each other into them. So I think maybe next time when people run that, they won't necessarily go right off the rip and, you know, go side by side with people into turns. But yeah, I think it's. I don't think, besides the driver's surprise, I don't think there was much surprise there.
Otherwise, a tremendous battle with 13 cars. This is obviously going to be good for the points. Corey came into the championship so far with only one race in the second position, and he'll definitely jump up in front of Tristan, who finished a fourth tonight.
Yeah.
But the points are going to move around a lot in the first couple of races.
Yeah, first couple, and then once everybody gets settled in, usually you find the typical 4 to 5 range of people jockeying around the first few races, and then after that, you know, we've had wild cards in and catch up really fast. I mean, Armand last season, or 2 seasons ago, started out, I think he missed 2 or 3 races in the beginning, then he caught up to me, actually, when I was running it, and ended up, we went into the last race of the season tied. So it is possible to jump in, you know, a couple races late and definitely get in position.
And so what are the points rankings when we run down to the top 5? We're running a Formula 1 style points system this year?
Correct, yeah. So it doesn't matter how many people show up. So we could have a night with 50 people, we could have a night with 5 people. You're going to get the same amount of points no matter the race. So yeah, and what the actual points are, I'm not sure. I think we have that delegated to the Team Excel downstairs. So we could check with them for exacts. I don't want to give the wrong numbers.
And we'll have those updated within a day or so once we figure out how it sorts out.
Yeah, keep up on the social media, and you can definitely check that out there and see what the points rankings are and get little sneak peeks of what we might have missed on the air here. We're always putting together compilation clips and stuff like that, so it's always good to keep up with that and what we're doing behind the scenes with this stuff, you know, the drone and everything like that, and just always trying to improve on itself.
All right, we'll leave it at that. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the next Boost race, and next Monday will just be a practice session, so points races back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Come out and check out the open session.
All right, we go see you then.